Nakamura wins, right?
Yes.
What is stopping Damian Priest from cashing in if Nakamura gets hurt during that match?
Let's talk about Fastlane. That's the pay-per-view that's coming up this weekend. And John Cena, as we all know, is going to be teaming with LA Knight to battle the Bloodlines, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Bill, any predictions on what we might see in this match?
Yeah.
I
definitely think with John Cena and LA Knight, the fans will go home happy. I think they will go over.
Teddy, what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't know. We just have to, wait and kind of find out what Cena's schedule is. You know what I mean? He's part wrestler and part Hollywood. So I don't know whether you'd put the titles on a guy that's probably going to go back and working on more movies and stuff and not being able to make the TV commitment. So I don't know. We just have to just wait and see.
Actually, Teddy, you just brought up something that I didn't even think of, but one of the things I heard, the reason why we have John Cena in WWE right now, in part was because of the writer's strike. Well, the writer's strike is no more. So maybe, am I right about that, Bill? I don't think that. I thought they had that all. Yeah. It's over with. Yeah. So if that's the case, maybe John's time is limited now coming up.
Well, he made a commitment.
He
made a commitment to WWE that he's going to be there for a while, and I think he's got the fever again, and I think he's going to stay there for a while.
Well, that's good. If he made a commitment, then he knows his schedule better than any of us. So he knows, what's really going on. So if he's made a commitment, then I think it's a good thing for it. It's certainly going to help LA Knight. He's going to get a big rub there, and I think that's a good move.
Yeah. Let me ask you as well now. Who do you think is going to win this match, Bill?
Oh no, I think I've seen in LA Knight.
Really?
That's why I said
okay.
That's why I said the fans are going to go home happy, and I think there's going to be interference going on from some of the other Bloodline people that we're not sure of at this point. I think it's going to be a whole Donnybrook, but I think Cena and LA Knight will win, and it's going to cause more trouble with the whole Bloodline family. They seem to be falling apart.
Teddy, what do you think?
I kind of agree too, Bill. I think that LA and Cena will become the champions there. And as you know, I've been watching it a little bit more than I used to. And you see every week, the bloodline is slowly, becoming apart. So I agree with maybe at the end some interference there with somebody coming down. You know what I mean? It's with part of the Usos. I don't know. We just got to see which way. But I really think that LA and Cena will take the title.
Keep in mind now, and this probably has happened before you people on Wrestle Binge are watching this, that Judgment Day is also having quite a few problems. And Rhea Ripley told Dom that if he doesn't win the NXT North American Championship back, that he might as well not come home again.
Don't come home. If you don't come home with the belt, don't come home. That was it was one of those lines. You can tell who wears the pants in that relationship.
Well, she was also yelling, and she was quite stern with Damian Priest as well. So.
Yeah, look, and he has a match that night too for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, and that's Finn Balor and Damian Priest that will face the team of Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
Oh yeah.
All right, Teddy, what do you think will happen? We'll see there. Who you think is going to pull this off? You think Judgment Day is going to splinter apart? I got a feeling we're going to see something major happen between it with Judgment Day. Something's telling me that's going to happen.
Yeah, I just don't want to make a prediction. I was thinking one time, it would be a real good deal if Cody and Jey Uso did go over. But that'd be something real different, and I don't know. I don't want to make a prediction. I'll just have to wait and see.
All right, Bill, how about you?
The fans are on a high for Jey Uso. They really are at this point. They're going to take the belts and they're going to wind up wrestling Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa somewhere down the line. That's what I think is going to happen.
All right, the WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky versus Charlotte Flair versus Asuka in a three-way dance that was agreed to by none of those three members. It's actually agreed by Bayley, who said, yeah, we'll take that. And Io Sky didn't look too happy with that. I would imagine we're going to see some bad things happen in this match, Bill.
I think Asuka is going to win that match. I think it's going to be very competitive between the three of them because you have three women athletes that really know how to do what they're doing. But I think Asuka is going to take this one.
Teddy?
I agree too, Bill. I think Asuka's going to do it too. She's funny too, real entertaining. I like her. So I think Asuka's going to be the one.
I'd like to see her and Nakamura have a conversation together. I think that would be hysterical.
Yeah, you get those two evil minds together. There's no telling what they could do in that.
Just their voices.
Yeah. All right, another match that we need to talk about on that card is the LWO versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Now, this is in a six-man tag match. Bobby Lashley now with the Street Profits. I fully expect we're going to see them beat the LWO. Bill?
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
I think this is one of those matches where it's kind of in there to kind of pad the card a little bit, maybe. But
absolutely,
it seems like it's just it's predetermined.
Well, you just created the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, so you got to get these guys up and running.
Yes, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, here's the match I want to talk about, and I'm going to keep talking about
Wait a minute. When you're talking about padding, anything that Bobby Lashley is in, to me, is not padding. He's a super talent.
Oh, yeah, and I agree with that. I just feel like this match is one of those matches just to help push them forward a little bit. It's not one of the big matches on the card. But one of the big matches that is on the card, and the one I enjoy talking about because I know how much Teddy loves this, the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura again in a last man standing match. And, the whole thing is, will Rollins be able to stand Nakamura's attacks on Seth's bad back? Which means if he does a lot of attacks on Seth's back during this match, can Seth stand up?
Well, let me say this. I don't want people to think I'm bashing Nakamura, but I love Nakamura. Me and him talk all the time. He is a sweetheart of a guy. So I think basically Nakamura to me is just entertaining. And I just like watching him because he's real entertaining. So I think what you're saying, if Seth's got that bad back, Nakamura will take advantage of that. You know what I mean? But we still just got to see what happens. But other than that, I love him, man.
And by the way, Teddy, I did check. They're still not going to Japan yet. So, he's... Bill,
I disagree here. I think what's going to happen is Nakamura's going to win.
Yes.
And I think November Survivor Series, Seth Rollins comes back and regains the title. That's what I think.
I've been saying from the get-go that I felt like we were getting set up to see Nakamura get that belt. It's because of the promos and his personalized. He's personalized this character so much now that it's believable. You feel like he really is an evil little
language.
You know what? I think you guys are right too. And I was just sitting there thinking, a lot of times when I'm asked something, my mind goes back to the old school. And the old school, I know the old school wouldn't do that right away. That it'd be a while for Nakamura, but I have to realize too that the business has certainly changed now. It's not what it used to be. So I kind of agree with you guys too. I can see Nakamura winning it too because that's entertaining. And that's what we are now, So I'm just saying I get caught up with the old school sometimes. So.
All right, so we all three that Nakamura's going to win. Huh?
Wait, Nakamura wins, right?
Yes.
What is stopping Damian Priest from cashing in if Nakamura gets hurt during that match?
Well, that's something to think about too.
Yeah.
Always the possibility, which is why that briefcase is so important.
I love doing this.